Hi, Kris.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And you, you're going to educate us to the benefits of juicing.
I am going to try my best, yes, indeed. This is just simply apple juice. And I'm going to show you the difference between freshly made apple juice and shop-bought apple juice. And I'll explain the difference to you. Now, this is rich, it's creamy, it's live. And the difference between the two is huge.
And this, I think this is what we're used to, but think about it logically. Apples aren't that colour, they're this colour.
They're not.
So there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't come from the apple.
Indeed, this is what we're used to thinking is apple juice,
yeah.
But actually it's not at all. It's just that's a process by which they've had to pasteurise the juice, to put it on a shelf and be in the shop in the first place. But actually, this is what real apple juice looks like. And the reason why they can't make this look like this is because this is live and you need to drink this straight away. So you're getting all the goodness, but they have to do lots of things to this to make it like it is, but actually it's not apple juice. Have a try of that. That's freshly extracted apple juice.
Look how it sticks to the side of the glass. It tastes as though you put yoghurt or cream in there.
It does, doesn't it?
It's really thick,
creamy. It's
very, very
tastes
tasty.
just fantastic. One thing you can do with apple juice and/or lemons is you can put them in ice lolly holders and put them in the freezer for summertime. You know, it's great at the moment. Some sun's coming out at the moment, so you can sit in the garden, have a juice, or you can, like I said, put it into ice lolly holders, give the kids one, and there's no artificial anything in it whatsoever. It's exactly as you've made it.
Considering there's no sweetness, it's very, very sweet.
It is.
And that's just natural sweetness of apple, isn't it?
Fruits and vegetables are naturally sweet. Beetroot is an example. I haven't got some here right now, but beetroot, most people are used to having it pickled. But actually, you can put it in a juicer. It's very, very naturally sweet and super good for you too. So you're getting all the goodness from all the different kind of spectrum of fruits and vegetables all in one go, in one drink, in a super fast time. The best thing about juicing is that you can get live fruits and vegetables into your diet on a daily basis. I mean, I started juicing roughly when I was at university. A friend of mine had a juicer and we all took the mickey because they're putting all this stuff in and we thought, what on earth are you doing? And then I read a little book on juicing by the guy that wrote the book that comes free with the machine. And I was like, this actually makes some sense. So I got a little juicer. Back in the day, they only had tiny juicers with tiny funnels. You had to chop everything up really small. And it was rubbish, but I used it because I wanted to try it out. It didn't have a separate pulp container, which I'll talk about in a minute. And it made juice, and I got into it, and then I thought, OK, well, what's the next step? And a few years ago, they brought out broadband juicers with good motors, with wide funnels. You can put whole fruits and vegetables in. And it was just such a difference from the old-style juicers that I thought, well, this is something I've got to get into. So I've been juicing for about 5 years now. As long as you have a base of either apple or pineapple or carrot juice, you can put whatever you like in. So, for example, I'm going to make you what's called a veggie sandwich, which is literally where you start off with an apple at the bottom, and then you can put whatever you like on top. So I'm going to put in a bit of celery in there, maybe a bit of bell pepper, maybe a little bit of carrot, maybe some spinach we've got over here as well. Just put it all in. We've got a bit of courgette going in there, and a bit of cucumber on top. So it's making...
You can't have courgette in a juice.
You
it
can.
Tastes horrible.
It tastes fantastic. In fact, I've got a story about courgette. My mum used to make, when I was a kid, I used to hate courgette because my mum used to make this, this dish which was basically grated courgette with celery salt on top and baked in the oven. She absolutely loved it. I absolutely hated it. And because I hate it so much, I never used to like courgette.
Yeah.
But when you've got kids, if you can get them young enough, if you can get them involved in the theatre of juicing, then they start to build a positive relationship with fruits and vegetables. You know, I didn't like courgette because I tried the courgette dish and I didn't like it at all. But now I juice courgette because I can mix it with things that taste nice and make a fantastic tasting drink.
See, my daughter won't eat courgette because she doesn't like the texture. Neither of my kids like strawberries because they don't like the pips in them. But if you can take the goodness out and leave the texture behind, that's what a juicer does,
Exactly.
basically.
You're leaving just the juice.
So
and
with strawberries, I won't get pips in the juice, will I?
No, not at all. Just the juice comes out. Everything else comes out in the pulp container at the back.
All right.
So this is your veggie juice. Now, you're looking a bit sceptical, but I did first time too. This was the revelation for me because everybody knows when you're having things like fruits that you can make smoothies and you can make juices, and fruits will taste great. But it's when you can get the goodness from vegetables that was the revelation, because I wasn't eating things like courgette and celery and spinach.
And raw vegetables particularly good for you.
Exactly. Most people, if they are getting their 5 a day, all the nutrients end up on the ceiling, or they fry them or boil them to death, because that's all the nutrients are affected by the process.
Right.
But if you're juicing them raw and live, then you're getting all the goodness all in one go. So let's make a quick veggie juice. So you've basically packed in all your veggies between 2 apples, and you just push down, and you get all the juice coming out the front. And this juicer, as I was saying, extracts so much juice from the produce that you put in. That first little juicer that I had that used to chop everything and cut it up small was really bad at extracting juice. But these days, it's better value for money because you're putting in less produce to get more of the juice out. So let's just get you started on this veggie sandwich, as we like to call it over here. Now, this is 2 apples and a bunch of vegetables. Try this one. In fact, what you can do is, if this isn't for your taste, which I'm sure it is actually, then you can add in some pineapple into that. And I'll just show you how easy it is to juice pineapple. What's the verdict?
That's really nice.
It's really nice. It is. It's
really
surprisingly
nice.
good.
I don't like cucumber, and I don't like celery, and I can't taste it.
There you go. It's hidden amongst all the flavours, and you get a little bit of it, but not a huge deal. This one, I'm going to make apple, a little bit of ginger in there as well, and a pear on top. This is just delicious. So we've got 2 settings on the juicer. We've got 2 and 1. Setting 2 is for hard fruits and vegetables, and setting 1 is for soft things like berries. Okay. So let's give you a little taste of this. This is apple ginger. Now, the ginger will give it a really nice kick, and the apple and pear will be really nice and sweet too. Again, really creamy, really green, very good for you.
Oh,
What's the verdict?
You can taste the ginger in that. It's really nice.
The ginger's got a really nice kick to it.
That's fantastic. That's the best one yet. Why have you got a bag on there?
It just saves washing this part up, because literally, if you are environmentally friendly, then you can put a degradable bag in there, or just putting any kind of bag in. It means you just literally lift that part up, get rid of it, and you've not got to wash that bit of the juicer up at all. It's really quick and easy.
And you don't put that in the bin, you put it on the garden, don't you?
Exactly, put it on the compost bin. You can even get degradable bags that will degrade with your compost as well.
Oh, okay.
The book that comes free with it, you were just mentioning it a moment ago, was written by Jason Vale, who's like the worldwide face of juicing. Particularly big in Europe and the UK, but he's the worldwide face of juicing. And he endorses and puts his name to the Philips juicer. And that really counts for something, because you want something, a machine that comes recommended, that you trust.
Yes.
And he basically, every few years, tests all the juicers on the market and picks the best one to put his name to. And for the last 5 years, he's put his name to the Philips juicer because he reckons it's the best juicer, extracts the most juice, quickest and easiest to clean, and looks fantastic, obviously.
And that's for the last 5 years? It hasn't been beaten in 5 years?
Indeed. That's the one he's recommended for the last 5 years. So it's just a fantastic machine. Jason himself got into juicing the same way. He didn't eat vegetables. And I think that's the key thing. If you can't eat vegetables, then drink it. That's his key message. One other thing you can juice is obviously berries. The key with berries is to pack them in tight. So you can start off with something like an apple, and then you can mix in any kind of berries you like. So we've got some great fresh raspberries in here. One tip, if you've got kids and you've got pink juice or a green juice, call it a Shrek juice. Get kids involved in the process. It's a great way. And get them involved in the theatre of juicing. If you can get them young enough, get them putting in the apples and the carrots and all that kind of stuff, and they just love it. They can't understand how you can put a carrot into a machine and out comes orange juice.
Do you know, the one thing I love about it is easy. You don't have to think about it. You don't buy a fruit and read the fibre content or the fat content or the calorific content, because you just know that fruit are good for you. They don't come with labels on like
Exactly.
that. So it's an absolute no-brainer. You pick your fruit out of the bowl and chuck it in.
Exactly. Well, there's nothing added to it other than what you've put in the juice yourself. Yeah. You've made it, it's fresh, it's got no added sugar, no added anything into it. It's just as it is in nature, and it just tastes fantastic. And you can make, as I said, all sorts of different recipes, ingredients. The book gives you over 100 different types of recipes that you can make with it too. Comes free with the juicer, and the other book provides the kind of psychology behind why juicing is so important, and why, if you do juicing on a daily basis, that you get to experience so many different kinds of fruits and vegetables.